as I said, and again, it is not in my nature to harp on horse race stuff or campaign stuff or whatnot, but there's going to be a lot of that this season, inevitably. And Trump, I really do think, is a fascinating figure in the Republican race, because I've talked about in the past the dynamic of outside billionaires who changed the dynamic of the Republican race in particular, because they sit at a party, a guy like Foster Friess or Sheldon Adelson, or the guy who sells the cars, or whomever it is. Not so much the Koch brothers, but they're sitting at a cocktail party, and who was the guy who owned I think the Cubs? I can't remember who it was. And they're sitting at a cocktail party or at a dinner party, and they say something like, well, if only America knew that Obama was a secret, socialist born in Kenya. And there's 20 guys sitting at that table who are looking to be in that guy's business. And they go, you're absolutely right. I know the perfect media buyer and broker and outfit, and for $20 million, we can get this done. That changed the dynamic of the Republican race in 2012. Well, now we have one of those guys is actually running. One of those lunatics is actually running. And the Republicans have no leverage over this guy, and nothing he says is really outside of the mainstream of conservative thought or basis. And so I started off this week having an argument with Michael Steele that, like, nobody's going to call him on his what he's saying about Mexicans in the Republican Party, because they'd be afraid to. And the implication is that they're all aligned with him. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ted Cruz on, what was he on?
He was on Fox and Friends.
Fox and Friends. Here he is.
When it comes to Donald Trump, I like Donald Trump. I think he's terrific. I think he's brash. I think he speaks the truth. And I think NBC is engaging in political correctness that is silly and that is wrong.
Should he apologize for what he said?
I don't think you should apologize for speaking out against the problem that is illegal immigration. I recognize that the PC world of mainstream media, they don't want to admit it, but the American people are fed up. Now, listen, we are also a nation of immigrants, and we should celebrate legal immigrants. But Donald Trump is exactly right to highlight
Are they
the
mostly
need.
drug dealers and rapists that are coming across the border?
Look, they're not mostly that, but Donald Trump, he has a way of speaking that gets attention, and I credit him for focusing on an issue that needs to be focused on.
There you go. And Donald Trump is going to continue to speak in a way that gets attention. And the Republican candidates are going to continue to basically agree with what he says. Just, I wouldn't have said it that way because of all the PC people out there. It's really what Ted Cruz is doing there. He's blaming everyone who heard it. Who heard that the Mexicans are rapists and this and that. And I assume some of them are good. He's blaming the people who heard it. And the idea that Jeb Bush is going to get up. Now, maybe Jeb Bush might get up there and say in that debate, you shouldn't have said that. But the next thing he's going to say, but yes, I do agree with what, I agree with the general point. Yeah, no, of course, I want to build a wall. That's what we're going to say.